Yeah, it's been really fun. From the moment I got here, I could tell there was a family atmosphere about it. And we get after it in practice and everything else as well, with workouts and pickup. So I love the competitive part of it as well.
Anything unique about your experience of being a player here that you didn't have when you were in Belmont? Recognition. Last year, Harrison Ingram said the first day he was here, he went to Chick-fil-A, and all the people working there wanted photos with him. It was his first day here. Anything like that with you?
Yeah, I'd say probably that's the biggest thing is just the recognition. I wouldn't say there's too much else other than, being noticed. And then when I hang out with, all the other guys that have got some recognition as well, just stuff like that.
What's the difference going to be? Last year, the defenses were focused on you because you're such a good shooter. Well, now you're around so many good shooters. What kind of difference will that make for you this season?
Yeah, I guess you never really know till the game starts. We've been beating up on each other in practice a lot, so I'm excited to see, what the game holds when we get to play somebody else. And I had a lot of good pieces with me at Belmont as well, with Jacoby Gillespie and guys like that, and Malik Dia. So I don't know if it'll be too different, but I'm excited to be on the court with R.J. Davis and Elliot Cadeau, and hopefully they find me. And if not, I'll do whatever else I can to get on the floor.
There's a lot of versatility on this team. You see yourself kind of bouncing back and forth between the 3 and the 4?
I do. Ultimately, that's not up to me. I just do what I can to get on the floor, and hopefully Coach Davis puts his trust on me, and I'll do what I can.
How comfortable are you at the 4? I know you played a lot of 3 before, and that was one of the things you continue on doing. How comfortable are you at the 3?
Yeah,
4, excuse me.
I've gotten a lot more comfortable. I feel like I put on a good little bit of weight this offseason, so I feel a lot better in the post and rebounding and stuff like that.
You're known as a shooter, but in watching your film, there's taking the ball into the lane, the ability that you have. How good are you at that, and how much do you want people to know that there's more to your game than just shooting?
Yeah, I feel I'm pretty good at that, especially when people are keyed in on my shooting. It makes all other aspects of the game a little bit easier. Yeah, I don't want to be known as just a shooter, so put other parts of my game out there.
So mostly 3 last season?
Sir?
Mostly the 3 spot last season?
Mostly a 3, played a little bit of 4 as well.
Tell me a little bit about just the, alumni game this off season, and for somebody that never experienced that before, what was that like?
Yeah, it was really fun. Getting to be out there with guys like Brady Manick, Cole Anthony, and all the other guys that were out there, just see how we matched up with one another, and bring the family back as well, as I talked about the family atmosphere earlier. So,
how do you think you match up with Brady Manick? You're getting some early comparisons to him for some obvious reasons.
Yeah,
so.
He's a great player. He might be a little bit taller than me, but I think we both got a little bit of a clip on us. So I think maybe I'm a little bit quicker right now. So.
Okay. Do you think you have pretty similar games? How you can be utilized in the offense in terms of just tall, big shooters?
I think so. Like I said, ultimately it's up to Coach Davis, and I'll put my skills and abilities out there for display. So.
He has facial hair, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's a big difference.
He has a super quick release. How quick is your release?
Yeah, I'd say I've got a little bit quicker over the summer. And yeah, just let it fly.
And with your length and having a quick release, not many of your shots are going to get contested, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. I just like to look at the rim and think about my form, and honestly just let it go. So not think much about the defender or even see him in my vision. So.
What is the confidence level when you do let it go?
Yeah, I don't try not to just think about it too much. My confidence comes from my preparation, and yeah, like I said, just let it fly. So.
I heard in practice you try to make a certain number of threes before you finish. What's that number now?
You mean in the scrimmages or in general?
Just during workouts.
Oh yeah. So I worked out with Coach Lubin the other day, and our goal was 250, and I think I got in like 30, 35 minutes. But it's all like moving stuff, some off the dribble stuff like that as well.
When Jalen Withers said you haven't missed in like the last month and a half. That's what you just said.
Hey, if I had that confidence, man, I'd be pretty psyched. I wish I didn't remember my misses like that.
No, he's saying you haven't missed.
No, I know. I'm saying I'm glad that he doesn't remember my misses. Right. I do. So.
But he was saying that it might have taken you a little bit of time to sort of get acclimated to this place, the size of everything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, practicing in the Smith Center has been big. Getting used to depth perception and stuff like that. I didn't have anything. We had a nice arena at Belmont, but I mean, it definitely didn't have the history and the size that the Smith Center has. So feel like I've gotten used to it a little bit now. So
yes.
How much faster?
I think that was we had our little 10-minute scrimmages, 3 of them. I was a bit winning from those, but yeah, I just want to keep going.
Since you got here, have you talked with Coach Zeller back in Northwood at all?
I have a little bit, yeah. He's been at some of the football games over at the tailgate, and yeah, he's just in my ear telling me just to keep going.
What's a Tyler Zeller tailgate like?
You know, he's a father, so seeing him with his children, you know, just a different side of him, really, other than basketball.
Drake, I know you kind of had a reputation being able to play 1 through 4 in high school. Where are you most comfortable on the court, and where do you even think like your strengths can best help the team? Like in which type of role?
I definitely say I feel like I'm most comfortable at any position, really. I feel like I'm confident in my skills, and I can just do whatever the team needs me to do.
They have you playing the 4 at all?
Yeah, a little bit of the 3 and 4.
What's the 4 like? What's your responsibilities? What's that look like?
I'd say just running the floor, staying ahead of the ball. You know, just give RJ, Elliott options to pitch it ahead if they need to. And yeah, I'd say that's the biggest difference from the 3.
Defensively, is you be guarding. If you do play 4, be guarding. You know.
Yeah, right.
Big
Grown man,
guys.
basically. Yeah, that's a little bit of a difference, but you know, I'm sometimes matched up with Jalen Withers, like you said, you know, grown men. But yeah, sometimes Ben, a little bit of Jay Wash, but yeah, just to stay confident, just hold my base and hope for the best.
Is that challenging? I mean, as a freshman
it
coming
is,
in?
for sure.
For some of those lineups where you're either at the 3 or the 4, you think we'll still see you play out of ball screens a little bit? Like I know you did some on the EYBL circuit and everything.
Yeah. I still think we might see some of that. Yes, sir.
Sorry, for people who aren't familiar with your game as much, I think a lot of people are and are very excited, but how would you sort of describe the things that you're going to immediately be able to bring to this team?
I definitely think I can bring defense as well as scoring, playmaking, and I'm still trying to figure out the rebounding. Obviously, I'm playing against Jalen Washington and Ven-Allen, Lubin, Jalen Withers, just trying to like find different spots where I can be successful.
It seems like Seth's already kind of like taking you under his wing a little bit. Obviously, one of the best on-ball defenders for this team. What are some of the things that he's been telling you specifically, like on the defensive side?
On the defensive side, just to stay down. That's really the most important part. Be the second one to jump.
What's been the hardest part? I mean, obviously talented. You come in, you've mentioned the grown men you have to play against. What's been sort of your welcome to college moment in the first 3 months of your?
It's just that I feel like I have to make quick moves since you know, the level of play is extremely high. I think that's the biggest thing. Just make quick moves, and obviously the physicality as well.
What about the tempo? Did you ever play in tempo this high in high school?
Not really. No, it's a little bit different.
You're a little bit of an anomaly, and like as a freshman coming in and saying you think you can immediately bring defense, that's not usually what you hear. How did you sort of develop that mindset? I'm sure it's something that's taken a couple of years to get there.
Just when I was younger, growing up, probably like I think it was 5th or 6th grade, my coach emphasized that like if I want to play at the next level, obviously you have to be able to score the ball and be a threat. But it's the other things that you bring to the table. Defense, rebounding, playmaking, just anything really. Setting good screens, having joy for your teammates' success. I think that's the biggest thing.
That stuck with you all these years?
Yeah, for sure.
Hubert Davis talked about, you know, he wants to be the fastest team in the country. I know you talked a little bit about tempo already, but, you know, what has been that biggest challenge? Is it just conditioning? Like RJ said, the other team gets the ball if it doesn't cross the line in 3 seconds. Has that been a challenge for you guys?
That has been a little bit of a challenge, just especially when you feel like you're gassed almost, but just to keep going, yeah.
What was the
And nothing new to me, but I know he's definitely have a great season.
Do you like the FIBA rules where you can take it off the rim and do all other stuff?
That's a little unique. You know, I personally don't know how I feel about it, but I guess like if that's something that they do, then okay, that's fine. As long as I know, have it in the back of my mind, so I won't forget, and I'll just go out there and do it.
Vin, how's it affected your game just playing on a team with so many guards and playmakers, guys who can handle whether it's RJ and Elliott or Ian and Drake? How's that affected you?
It just makes me aware of knowing that I just got to be ready for the ball. You know, for guys who, you know, are pass first and just looking for always creating the right plays, you know, just for me to stay ready for those plays to be made, you know, to me. And so it's definitely been something to be mindful of, like just to not take anything, not every play like off. Just always be mindful, stay sharp, and stay connected.
Yeah. Finn, how do you see? Good to see you again, by the way. How is this rotation in the front court going to work out? Do you think? Like, I mean, is this like a 5-man by committee with you and Jalen Washington? Like, how do you see this working out for you guys? Who's coming in for who?
I just put it in God's hands, really. Whether that's the coach's decisions or whether we put down ourselves for however we practice, and but I really just put it in God's hands and not stress myself out. Just seeing whatever happens, because I know guys have great plans for all of us. And speaking for me, I just know I'm gonna continue to put in the work and just leave it in His hands.
It seems like Jeremiah 29:11 is all over your Instagram. I know the plans I declare for you, says the Lord. How has that shaped you from one stop to the next stop to the next to know that that's where you need to be?
Yeah, I mean, I trust in the Lord with all my heart, and that verse has definitely carried me a long way. In high school and until now, just knowing that the Lord has great plans for me. He has never failed me or never put me in positions where I just never see myself growing or aligning with my values and my goals for myself. And I just believe that he's the one that can put me in a position to be great and to put me in a position to where I can be me and my whole journey in life.
You played for Coach Stackhouse last season. How big of influence did he have on you choosing North Carolina? Did it make any factor? Was there a factor there?
Yeah, just just knowing that he has his own legacy here in North Carolina, just be able to just connect with somebody who knows the culture here and just knows the atmosphere and the environment and just the standards of what it takes to be here in North Carolina has definitely helped me with the decision and just knowing what is required and what's the values in here.
I mean, is that some?
How much yelling in practice is done about rebounding? Is that a routine kind of?
Yeah, kind of a thing that he always emphasizes every day in practice, because he always want to be the number one team in rebounding, because he led that last year and he wants to keep up with that standard, so he emphasizes that every day.
You were number 2 in high school, number 2 at Notre Dame, number 2 at Vanderbilt. Now you come here, you were number 22. James Brown's nowhere number 22, or number 2. Was that an argument with him for that number or anything?
It wasn't even an argument. I reached out and he never got back to me. Don't want to put him on the spot, but I really wanted number 2. I want to kind of have that conversation, but you just never really had that, so I kind of just let it go.
What is the best screens, running the floor, playing defense without fouling, just being able to adapt and kind of shorten out the learning curve a little bit.
You might already answer this, but I'm just curious what the adjustment process was like for you when you got here in June. Can you think back to sort of initial impressions and initial hurdles you ran into as you were trying to get used to being in college?
I would say.
Anybody else needs done before he goes? Thank you.
This too, so I'd say getting over the initial nerves. That was kind of it. I don't really think it was really that much of an adjustment process in school or nothing like that. I feel like Link did a real good job of preparing me for being here.
You obviously played on a very high level of prep ball, but what were those initial practices like? What do you remember from those first few practices? What you were trying to focus on? Is it just sort of taking it in, or how did you approach that?
It was definitely trying to take it in, and then it was kind of adjusting to the pace as well. We playing really fast this year, so I'm not really used to playing at a pace this fast. So I feel like just kind of adjusting to the pace, trying to pick and choose my spots, kind of learning the college game. I feel like that's definitely been my approach.
Is it guys taking you under their wing at all? Any older big guys taking you under the wing at all and sort of help mentor you a little bit?
Yeah, Jalen Withers, he's been helping me. Jalen Washington, Ven's been talking to me a little bit too. Ty, everybody's really been pouring in and kind of helping me and showing me along and helping me with what I need.
What about the physicality? How much of adjustment has that been?
It's been a little bit of an adjustment, especially in the post, getting used to people just hitting you straight in your chest, being able to take certain hits and kind of give that same back. It's been a little bit of an adjustment, but I'm used to being able to play physical.
John said that you guys live in the same suite together. Are there any kind of memories that you guys have been doing? How is your relationship kind of on and off the court?
John's my boy. Any memories? mean, should we be talking to each other through the door? Like I'm in my room, he be in his room, we be having little conversations. People say we lazy for that, but I mean, just kind of like just talking about regular stuff.